What's up, YouTube? This is your boy Simba Sabu, back again with another video for you guys. To help the channel, like, comment, and subscribe. That's how the channel grows. Before I waste any more of your time, let's get into our video talk. Pain, what we call generational cases, travels from generation to generation. So it starts with all your ancestors. They pass it on to your grandparents. It could be a father that was not there, a mother neglecting their child. It could be being raised by an alcoholic, being raised by a drug addict. All these things affect children and who they become as adults. And your grandparents pass on that pain to your parents. Your parents never healed. To cope with that abuse, your parents maybe even had to turn to drugs and alcohol. And your parents never healed from that pain. What do they pass it on? To you. It could be abusing children by excessively beating children. Some people were abused by uncles. That's all generational pain. Now you have all this pain. You know how you grew up. You know how you were raised. How you've turned out. The impact of the environment you grew up in and how your parents treated you. Now you have the choice. Do you pass on that pain to your children? Or do you heal? If you pass on this pain to your children, it means the cycle never stops. For pain to stop, someone has to feel it. This is where therapy comes into play, counseling. It's going to be hard. It's going to come through a lot of failed relationships. It's going to go through, you're going to have to go through failed friendship, a long time trying to understand yourself. But the only way pain is if you feel it. Someone has to feel the pain so that, and it doesn't even mean that you're gonna be perfect. As you can see, the color of this water is not even colorless yet, right? But if you've done the work, you don't have to pass on all that pain to your children. This is evolution. And your children now have less of a baggage. And that's how you stop generational curses. But the problem that we have, people don't want to feel the pain. You don't want to sit there and understand why you are how you are. Your environment shapes who you are, how you behave, how you talk to others, how you treat others, how you treat yourself. The way your parents raised you shapes you. All these things have an impact for you on you. A lot of people are abusive even to their wives because that's what they saw. They saw their father abuse their mother. A lot of women abuse their husband because that's what they saw. They saw their mother verbally abuse their father, and that was okay. A lot of people have all this baggage. We live with all this baggage as adults. Some people are hardworking because that is the gift that their fathers passed on from their generations. And they saw their father work hard, and they also had. We come from different backgrounds. In our background shape. That is something that takes a lot of wisdom to identify that our childhood shapes who we are as adults, our character. But you need to feel the pain. And someone along your generation, even if you don't say to feel the pain, someone along the generation is going to feel that pain. And they're going to want to do better. And they're going to go through the process of healing. The process of healing takes time. It takes years. But don't give up on yourself. If someone was in an accident and they had a very terrible accident, we don't expect them to just heal that day. They're going to go to hospital. Maybe even need a leg amputated. Maybe they can even walk for the rest of their life, whatever it may be. But for the wounds of a physical accident to heal, it's going to take time. So why do we think that psychological wounds can just heal just like that? Psychological wounds do not just heal in one day. It's a process. It takes time. There will be scars. Even after they've healed, there will be scars. It's a battle to the grave to heal psychological wounds. But you have to heal so that you don't have to pass that pain to your children. And your children will not have to pass the same pain to the following generation. Whatever pain you're going through has to end. We all know the steps at the end of the day. If you're an alcoholic, you know you need rehab. You know you need counseling. Start to watch content that motivates you. Start to watch people that have gone through what you are going through. Who will give you the steps that, you know what, I went through this and this is how I dealt with it. You need to color your algorithm. Whatever you see on your algorithm, Instagram, your Twitter, your YouTube, is what you are programming your mind. That is what you would like to watch. Start to change your feed into content that helps you grow. I don't know your pain. I know my pain. I know what I want you to do and try to improve. So I try to watch content that shapes and gives me the strength to know, you know what, if he did it, I can do it. That is the same way. Finding a good counselor, finding a good therapist, if that's what you have to go through. Trying to help you control your temper. Whenever you feel like you are boiling and you want to say something, you have to say something to your children or your kids in a harsh way. The therapist is going to help you through those steps to give you the time to breathe. Abuse doesn't have to go on and on and on and on and on. You have to be the strong one. It is not impossible because others have done it. This is why you see someone who grows in abject poverty, seeing their parents suffer. They want to work hard and change their lives and change the lives of their parents. It's the same thing with the pain of the psychological or sometimes physical harm that may have happened to you at the hands of people you loved and trusted. Could be your parents, could be your uncles, could be your extended family. You need to heal. They did what they did because they are wounded. And some of them are probably dead by now. And you have to carry all that burden. And I'm here to tell you, it's not impossible. It's not impossible. If you start watching YouTube, start to Google whatever it is that you're going through, you will see that there's many other people who went through what you went through. Some a similar story, but even worse. Some had your story, but in a country that is ridden with war, but they still came out the other side. Some had your story and were battling cancer as well, though, with their whole lives, but they still came out the other side. So those stories are supposed to give you strength. Those are supposed to be your fail-safe to see the steps that these people took. That's the whole point of reading. That is the whole point of reading books, watching other people who've gone through what you've gone through, to help you understand the steps that they took, the mindset that they had to adopt, and also to give you the strength to know that you're not alone. Generational cases don't have to go on and on. Generational pain doesn't have to go on and on. When you are suffering from generational pain, the people around you suffer. The people you love suffer. Your children suffer. Your wife, your husband has to suffer. Your brother will suffer. Your sister will suffer. Anyone that is in contact with you that you love is going to suffer. Your employees are going to suffer. Your workmates have to suffer. So you don't have to live in an unconscious state. Be conscious of your problems and start making the right steps to heal yourself. If you wound yourself, you clean the wound, you go to the doctor, they clean the wound, they bandage it, They tell you what you need to put every day so that the wound heals, or else it will rot. That's what you have to do with your psychological pain. You need help. But to get help, you need to identify that you have a problem, not other people. You need to be conscious of your problem. You need to be conscious of your strengths and weaknesses. You need to be conscious of what irks you inside. And that's how you are going. It's not impossible. You can make that change. Till my next video.